Hello!
Hi.
Welcome to the Nightcap. I'm Nick.
And I'm Scott.
And we're here.
We are.
We're on the Nightcap.
You've gone robotic on me? Is that what's happening?
USFirst.org, baby.
All right.
Yes.
Just making sure.
So, it is episode...
Something.
It's February. It's
Nope.
not. It's January.
None of those things. I have no idea what is going on right now.
F5Live.tv. It's probably how you got to us, but if you didn't get to us through there, F5Live.tv, click subscribe, do the things, and then check out our show, F5 Live, Refreshing Technology. I don't know at this point, since we've been doing this for 20 episodes, where people are going to get us for this stuff. And we just kind of been jumping right into it.
A lot of people probably coming in from YouTube. So, yes, absolutely. F5Live.tv or PLuGHiTzLive.com.
I don't know.
We'll get you to all of our content, including F5 Live, the headline show, which comes right before this if you watch us live.
But if you don't,
then you can find it at F5Live.tv.
Yes, and you can reach us. We want to hear answers and questions from our fans. It's kind of why we do this thing.
Yes.
It's cool. The interaction is kind of awesome. So find us. You can find us on Facebook. First of all, follow the Tech Podcast Network. Tech Podcast Network, TPN. Follow us at PLuGHiTz Live Radio or F5 Live. And then we're also on Twitter.
Indeed we are.
Yeah.
PLuGHiTz Live.
Yeah. So, and this is where Scott puts up graphics with our contacts. I don't know, before.
Full screen.
Yeah. No, but for us too. Like
Oh,
our
no,
contacts.
Those are lower thirds.
Do we get those?
Yeah.
We still get those, right? Yeah, I thought
When
so.
we say our names at the beginning.
At the
long
beginning.
ago.
Yeah.
It
So
happened
those
a long time
things,
ago.
the things, just Google Plus.
Yes. Our Google Plus has been on the lower thirds for ages.
Yes, I know.
I am not Google Plus.
No, but I keep pointing to you because that's a huge thing. For CES,
apparently.
Google Plus was our #1 mainstay.
By not even a little bit.
And we hate it.
It wasn't even close.
But now we love it.
We do. We have
it's
to
great.
love it.
No, we
All
weren't
6 of our followers are apparently heavy
Connected. I
clickers
don't know.
on links.
All I know is that we would never keep up with the Google Plus page. Just kind of let it be.
And then CES
So now
proved to us, pay attention to Google
we have
Plus.
to take care of it.
Possibly because of you guys.
So
I
thank
don't
you.
know.
If that's the case, thank you for connecting us through YouTube. That's probably why.
Yeah,
So
I
thank
have to
you.
assume so.
Keep doing that. Plus us, plus PLuGHiTz Live Radio. Do all that stuff, the plussing and the names and the stuff. It's good. We like it. So anyway, question for the night is...
What one sci-fi movie should never have been made and why?
And why? And it... So I just need to ask for clarification purposes because you're going to answer first.
I consider a franchise or a part of a franchise to be a film.
Okay. Cool.
And we, just for everybody's knowledge, neither of us would have chosen it. One, because I really like it and he's never seen it. But because of the last show, because of F5 Live, we have eliminated Back to the Future as an option because it was our topic for the Pilch Point.
So I have 2 questions for clarification before you answer.
Okay.
Number 1.
Yes.
To what extent is sci-fi? Does that include like Jurassic Park? As a
Absolutely.
reference point? Okay. And number 2.
Are you going to pick Jurassic Park?
No, I love that movie.
Thank goodness. I don't think we could have been friends
I'm just trying
anymore.
to find where that like sci-fi is it's a very broad spectrum.
Science fiction.
Okay.
Jurassic Park is absolutely fiction based on theoretical or non-theoretical science.
Sure. And then number 2, the why. We always ask why.
Yeah.
Can this why can be a completely personal why, even though it's not a personal question. Not a global thing. Like we know E.T. as a game shouldn't have been made. Not on a personal level, but on a reality level.
Yeah. And if you don't know why, there's no explaining it.
Shame on you and unsubscribe. No, subscribe and learn why. But we won't tell you. So, okay, you have the answer first, sir.
Yes.
It's on you. Let us discuss.
The second and third Matrix movies.
Oh, okay.
I have never been able to get through the third one.
Really?
Because the second one was so bad.
It was pretty
and the
bad.
third one got worse that I just have abandoned it. And I pretend that 2 and 3 never existed.
Okay, so is the question bad movies? Bad sci-fi movies?
Doesn't have to be your reason.
Okay.
For me,
I got you.
My reason, I could have dealt with a bad movie.
Sure.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Right.
Is a terrible movie.
It's painful.
It has been rated by everybody ever the worst film ever made.
Yes,
and it is not my choice.
Fair enough.
Because there's heart and there's soul behind it. You can tell that with the $8 that they had, they did what they could.
Best they could. Bless their hearts. You're saying...
But with the second and... particularly the second Matrix movie...
Okay.
It felt like they took a collection of names that they had heard on another movie and wrote a story based entirely on a different universe.
Yeah.
And used names that they had seen in a movie.
Okay.
And then figured, you know what? And got it. A movie studio picked it up, and they figured we should honor this original story whose character names we have stolen. And they made phone calls, and they hired each and every one of the original actors who played those characters.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Because it was a different story in a different universe.
Did make sense.
That was completely unrelated to the original.
I didn't
know. In an offensive way.
I didn't know they were part of a trilogy when I watched them the first time. I thought they were just individual movies. Like they weren't. There's no ties. It's just.
You start watching it and you're like, okay. And okay, so the original Matrix, love it or hate it, whatever. There was certainly work that went into it. There was thought. There was intrigue. I mean, scientifically, the basis of the film is void, which is a problem for anybody who's incapable of suspending any disbelief. Because we produce just enough electricity, just enough power to do the things that we do. Oh, we're not batteries. That's not. So it was a bad premise to begin with. But if you can ignore that and pretend that we produce more power than we need, in which case we would be able to shoot lightning bolts out of our fingers, which would have made a better movie. Then I'm liking the answers coming in the chat room.
They're great. F5live.tv/join us.
Agreeing with them so far.
Yeah.
But at least you can pretend that the original Matrix was a good movie, but 2 and 3 were not part of it.
Yeah.
And that was offensive.
Okay. In from the chat room, Buwan says Starship Trooper 3, RoboCop 3, and Wing Commander. Now, I agree.
Okay, so Starship Troopers, I loved the books, and the movies were horrific.
Weren't they?
So
people get... Okay, you know the group of people that watch that movie, right? You're very familiar with that kind of group of people.
Oh, I am.
They get on me all the time for not appreciating the movie. I can't get through that movie. I have to watch it in parts when I watched it. I couldn't, right? You know?
I got through it once.
I was done, right? Yeah. Although the riff tracks of it is pretty good.
Well, the riff tracks of everything is pretty good.
Yeah.
F5live.tv/riff tracks.
That's right.
With an X.
Okay, for me.
Yes.
The answer popped into my head when you asked the question.
Awesome.
Mars Attacks.
Okay.
Let me tell you
I have very mixed emotions on that movie.
I do too. I'm going back to when I first watched the movie when I was little children.
And you did not know anything about satire.
Right.
You didn't know that that was a thing yet.
It gave me... Okay. I might have been 8, 9. I was young. Okay. Thinking about the movie right now as I was when I was that young, I still get chills because I had so many nightmares from that movie.
Wow.
I can't even tell you how many nightmares. Nights I could not sleep. Nights I could not even fathom that this would not happen right now. Didn't get it. It made watching Independence Day impossible.
Oh.
And it made watching Alien impossible.
Well.
Back then, to this day, I couldn't get through the movies. I had to watch them when I grew up. Like, handful of years ago or whatever. I rewatched the trilogy of them.
For me, trying to watch Alien is still
It's difficult. But for different reasons. Yeah. It scarred me as a child.
Okay.
And it haunts me to this day. Now, in today's age, I love the movie. Think it's great. Shouldn't have been made when I was that young. Shame on them. That's why I asked you. Is it a personal reason? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
It screwed with my brain so bad.
Sure.
That it took me 10 years to go back and watch it again. It was 18, 19.
Okay, so that is all fascinating. Let me tell you my personal experience with that film.
Please.
My family went to see it.
Oh, like out. Okay, I watched it on like TBS or something.
Nope.
Okay.
We went and saw it in the theater.
Oh, man.
And we all but walked out.
Okay.
Because it was so bad. Now, my parents, turns out, just didn't understand it. Not their kind of movie, that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
For me, it wasn't that it was scary. I was offended by the production value.
Yeah, it was pretty bad now that I've watched it several times since.
And I was old enough and had interacted with production things, stage at the time, not television or movie, which obviously I did later, but stage at the time.
It's all pretty terrible.
And it was offensive, and I didn't like it. My brother, obviously, that age range, there was no way he was going to like it. And then, same thing, going back in time, rewatching it. Holy cow.
What a great movie.
It is funny at every turn. It was the first Adult Swim movie.
Yeah.
It's so that kind of comedy. And it's honestly, I don't know why it was made when it was, because it's aimed at us.
Yeah.
And we were far too young at the time.
Right. Like, I can only still, because it's such a good movie, I can only watch it in the daytime, though. Like, I still can't, like, it's just, like, I'm thinking about it. I'm getting chills right now. It's insane. I can't, it's one of those things that you hang on to as a child and you can't erase it.
I understand.
It is killing me because it's such a great movie. The heads blow up. It's awesome. It's the greatest thing ever. But not right then. It was horrible.
They go into Congress.
I
Best
know.
scene in a film ever, but not because it was a great scene in a film, but because, fingers crossed.
So that's our sci-fi movie that shouldn't be made and why. A little bit more personal for some and then the others.
Howard the Duck.
What's
I'm with you.
Your movie that you think should not be made?
Sci-fi
and
film
why?
should never have been made,
yes.
and why?
And why? Tweet us.
And obviously, all kinds of reasons why.
We take all reasons here. We're non-discriminatory.
Honestly, the reasons are usually more interesting than the answer.
That's
and
why we do this.
Again, in this case, the reasoning. Why should it have never been made? Because it ruined Independence Day for me. Yup.
Yeah, right?
That's enough.
Because what a great movie.
I'm good. If a movie ruined Independence Day for you,
I appreciate it
offensive.
now. But back then, I couldn't.
Absolutely.
It's killing me. Here's the thing. You know what? It's because the redneck guy and the redneck guy looked the same, and I put them all together.
All right.
The redneck guy that sacrifices himself to kill the spaceship. Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Same
about.
person. I know it's not. It's the same person. Or is it? I don't know. Same person. Might be.
Well,
here's the thing.
It was a Quaid. It
True.
might have been a Quaid in both films. It might have been different Quaids, but it might have been one in both films.
It's interesting you say that. Okay, so here's the thing about these nightcaps too. Again, at PLuGHiTz Live #nightcap is you get an intimate look into our lives. We're not just answering questions here. We're not just having discussions here. Juan says, "I live alone. I certainly wouldn't watch those films alone. I don't blame you. No shame. #no shame. Use that one too." Here's the thing.
There's something very wrong with you.
Inside look into how our brains work. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it might scare you or harm others, but it's true. This is what we think.
Like the picture password on my...
Right. This is how we operate. This is who we are. So there's that. I can stand behind this microphone and do these things. It's easy. I can sit also because that's what we do most of the time. It's easy with a microphone behind me. You
In front of you.
in front of me.
They don't work real well behind you.
Oh, some omnidirectional ones are pretty good. But in a public setting, I'd never divulge details like that. Ever. Especially going back and thinking about some of the questions we've answered so far. Terribleness would ensue. But behind this mic, we're good. I am 100% okay. And I hope that all of you can respect and appreciate that as he looks up the cast. No, you're not going to?
Oh, I am.
Okay.
I don't see a Quaid in the cast list.
I don't know the actor's name either. Like the character. I couldn't even tell you.
I always forget what an incredible cast this film has.
Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Martin
It's
Short,
insane.
Sarah Jessica Parker, Michael J. Fox,
Craziness.
Tom Jones,
Like
Natalie Portman.
How many Emmy, Tony, Oscar? Which one is the movie one? Mm-hmm. All of them? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. How many awards do they have between that cast? Like more than any other movie combined.
Bro,
ever.
it's
Period. It's craziness.
in the top 5,000 films.
Is it really?
On IMDb.
Wow. See, what a great movie, but terrible for our time. Ahead of its time.
Metascore of 52 out of 100, though.
Oh, my God. Because it's so bad, but it's so great.
6.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Wow. All right, then. So, that's our nightcap. We're wrapping up, or you want to find? Okay,
yeah, we're
just
good.
making sure I didn't know if you wanted to.
No, this is
comment further.
It is always interesting.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Subscribe, like, follow. Please do all of that stuff. We appreciate all of the love and support. And on behalf of the staff that's not here, I'm Nick.
And I'm Scott.
And I'm scared. We'll see you next week.
Ciao.